So with two angles, you can subtract the angles. The difference means something. But if I just give you one angle, it means nothing until you know where was the starting point on the circle. Could have been anywhere. Temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit are kind of the same way. 4 degrees is not twice as hot as 2 degrees because where you put the 0, where you start counting, is totally arbitrary. But if I subtract two different temperatures, I say the temperature changed by 4 degrees one day. And then another day I subtract two temperatures, and this time it changed by 4 degrees. One day it changed by 2, the other day it changed by 4. One day the difference, the subtraction, gave me 2. And the other day the subtraction gave me 4. Those differences, those results of subtracting, mean something. 4 is twice as big a difference. A change of 4 is twice as much change as a change of 2. 4 degrees isn't twice as hot as 2 degrees, but a difference of 4 is twice as much as a difference of 2. That's the difference level of measurement. You're counting from an arbitrary starting point. 0 degrees doesn't mean, no heat. 0 doesn't mean 0, it's just where you started. Like years. See, like the year 2000 AD and the year 1000 AD, it's not twice as much time since an absolute 0. It's twice as much time since you started counting. You set up your calendar like Fahrenheit degrees, you got to start somewhere. That's going to be 0. Okay. Different calendars still use years because it's how long it takes, the seasons to go through a cycle. Lots of different calendars all use years, but they put the 0 in different places. Okay, but you can subtract. If I call this 2020 and I called a couple of years ago it was 2018 and I subtract, I get 2. That's twice as much as if I had only gotten 1. And a person who started counting and says, no, this is not 2020, it's 4020. If they start at a different time, the subtraction still works. So differences have absolute meaning, and the raw numbers themselves don't. At least you can't say it means twice as much. Okay. But with the ratio level, like weight in pounds, 4 pounds is twice as much as 2 pounds, and 0 pounds really does mean none of it. That's the difference. Okay. So you see how height, oh yeah, I got a hand up here. Yusuf. Nope, the hand went down. It was left over from the past. Okay, sorry. Oh, the hand's back.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
Wait, so, okay, I get it. So you're talking about in terms of years, but nonetheless, 0 years is a thing. So 3 years, 4 years is still 2 times as much as 2 years in terms
difference. A period of 4 years is twice as much as a period of 2 years.
Yeah.
So 2 years, So 4 years of difference, the result of subtracting is really a thing.
Not in terms of the year it is. I'm not 2020, 2021, but in terms of the years pass between those two times, that's still like that would be considered.
That's meaningful, and that's what makes it a difference variable.
Okay.
Because a time period that gets twice the number when you subtract.
But that would be like the temperature in terms of.
Like the temperature, that's right.
Okay.
In Fahrenheit.
Okay, I got
you. If you did the temperature in Kelvin, I don't know if you took physics or chemistry or something, but there's this other scale of temperature where 0 is really no heat.
Yeah.
And then that one it's ratio level.
Okay, so in that terms, it would make sense. Then okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have anything on this? Okay. So you've got assignment. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm referring to what Yusuf was saying. You could, within your data, set a year 0 for the data that you wanted. So you could say years since.
Whatever event, yeah.
Yeah, whatever event, and then you could use ratios, right?
Well, you could use.
Because you could say this, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
I'm trying to think of an example, but.
Yeah, but it doesn't. You can do ratios with the differences, and that makes sense.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Like time passed.
You can do ratios of how much time passed.
Yeah.
So you do this pair and you subtract, you do this other pair and you subtract, and then you can make the ratio of the two differences. You can do the differences are meaningful and their ratios are meaningful, but that's not the ratio level. The ratio level of measurement is when the raw number itself before you do any subtraction.
Okay.
If it's twice as much, it's twice as much. And if it's 0, it's really none of it. Yeah, okay. Anything else? Okay.
What about like time then, like a clock, like time? Like,
So somebody, I can't, was that Yusuf?
Sorry, yeah, what about like time and stuff? Like a clock, like
time.
1 o'clock. Like, there's no 0 o'clock.
Elapsed time.
Yeah, so differences.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right,
So how long it took you to run the race, 0 means it.
Differences. Okay, I got you. All right, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I don't know, I think you got me, but I want to say it again, just in case. If my variable was how long it took to run the race, the time required to run the race from start to finish, that is a measurement at the ratio level because 0 really means no time. Okay. If the variable was what time of day did you finish?
See, okay, I get it. No, that makes complete sense. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I just want to get back over here in Canvas. Where am I? Hang on. There it is. Okay. No. There it is. There you go. Okay, so coming up, you have this classifying data thing. And I just want to make sure before you jump in there to do that homework, you look here in the lectures and materials. They got like a video that runs 30 minutes and then there's the statistics textbook. So I just want to make sure you watch that video before you do it. That's all. And then when you've done your homework, after you've submitted it, you go back and click on it again, because then you can get the feedback. And so I usually like write all over your paper. And so if you're having trouble, if you don't know how to find that feedback, let me know. And like right after I close the meeting, I'll stay on and I'll show you. I'll get in the student view and point at it, right? Because you got to be able to get that feedback, or the homework's not gonna help. The whole point of the homework is to root out all the little subtle differences, right? Okay. Stop the recording here.